Good morning.
Oh, and there's Mommy.
No.
Yeah. You gotta say hi to the baby.
Hi.
The day that Tessa was born was one of the most magical days of our lives, I think. She was the most cutest little thing ever.
Hi, Tessa. Hi, Tessa. Hey, Red. You sure do look red, don't you, Tessa?
Tessa girl.
Come over here, we're gonna put it in.
Well, I can't get over that far.
Oh. Can you see her from there?
Tessa was 3.5 months when she was diagnosed with bilateral retinoblastoma. Everything moved along quite fast when we found out, from finding spots in her eyes to going to a doctor just north of where we lived in Alberta. We were rushed down to Calgary right away when they were told of the symptoms. One tumor was already 90% taken up her whole eye. They wanted to remove her right eye immediately. They said we have to go through the doctors at Sick Kids. So we were medically evacuated from then on. We spent her first Christmas actually at Sick Kids.
This is Tessa on Christmas Day. Here at the hospital, check out her fancy crib and all her spoiled presents.
Want to see how this works?
Yeah. And here's Mommy.
Hi.
The hardest thing is watching your child go through chemo, and you can't do anything about it. The day it came for the surgery, she had the IV following around, and they took the eye out probably at 7 o'clock that night because we were on a waiting list. And the next day, there she is in the bed with the big patch over her eye, and she was giggling and smiling and laughing. And we always said, I wonder if she was in pain, but we'll never know. Tessa's always been happy-go-lucky, really.
Yep.
Happy. She grew up faster, even though she doesn't have the memory like we do of cancer in the beginning. Doesn't matter, she still has the experiences of going to the hospital every 3 months for 5 years. We treated her like any other child, pretty easygoing and everything, so she did anything she wanted to do, and we didn't hold her back from anything and never said, you can't. If we had said, oh my gosh, you only have one eye, you can't do that, you can't, well then she'd be aware of that, right?
You're so sweet. What do you think of that, Tigger? Hey, what do you think of that? Let's see.
Chocolate!
Music is life to me. Writing songs about my journey, so it helps me just forget about it all and vent. I did track, triathlons, and competitive swimming. Competitive swimming was probably the only thing that I was really serious about. Fashion has always been something, I don't know, I might not always be good at it, but some days I have really good fashion days. I'm like, yes.
When we first got diagnosed, Rusty said, we won the wrong lottery.
Right.
So when it happened the second time, we won the wrong lottery again.
Yeah.
The day I found out I had osteosarcoma, I was just kind of numb. Some people do choose not to have an amputation, and that's their own decision, but in my opinion, it's just suck it up and do it, get it chopped off so you don't have any problems later. Rotationplasty is amputating right below the hip and right below the knee and taking that section out because it's all cancer affected, and they literally bring up your calf, rotate it 180 degrees, and reattach it back to where the hip incision is. When I woke up after surgery, really groggy, I wasn't in any pain, I'm like, okay, yes, my leg is on backwards.
A lot of people will say, I don't know how you do it, you're so strong. I tell anybody, if they had to do this, they would. You would do it, because you don't have a choice.
Relearning to walk was extremely frustrating. It was a really slow process, and I am just the kind of person that just wants to do everything right away and just be able to like go from being unable to walk to just walking, running, skiing, skating, whatever, and just actually having to go through the process. It's not like what you see in the movies.
Any words for a few? Oh, nice.
This is so weird. Okay. Oh my god, this happened.
We put the flipper on to give her a little bit of speed to help her out, since this is her second time in the pool in a year. I think she's doing amazing. Or sorry, us amazing is Tessa's word.
When I was sick and I had cancer, I was not self-conscious about my amputation. But as soon as I got out of it, I find, and I couldn't wear my leg all the time, I feel like I started to get a little self-conscious about it. And even when I wore my leg, I used to stand in front of the mirror so that I could only see the right side of me. So I couldn't even see my left leg. And I used to do that all the time. And I think it was about a year after my amputation that I fully accepted it. There is a sign in our house that says, never, never, never give up. And my mom, from day one, she grabbed it, took it to the hospital, and it was right in front of my bed every single day. She never forgot it. And just seeing that, like, I have a positive mindset myself, but sometimes you just really go through times where you don't think you'll be able to make it to the next day. And just looking up and seeing that directly in front of my face, it helps so much. My tattoo, it was, a bit of a thing getting it at 16, but they know how much it means to me. I thank them, really, because they put the words there, and if they hadn't, then who knows where I'd be now, if here at all. Pretty much every September since I've been sick and since I've been recruited for speaking inspirationally, it's basically my busiest month because it's Terry Fox month, and people are just asking all the time, can you speak at our school? Can you speak at this? I love public speaking. I like socializing with people. I do it because I'm told that I inspire other people, and I love doing that.
She's here for a reason, and she's proven herself. I don't think she really is aware of that, but she's making a difference.
I feel lucky that I have these parents that are so optimistic and positive. Not everyone's family is like that and very together. I do feel like I have a closer relationship with my parents than most teens would. We've always had a really good family connection, I guess. Just growing up, it's stayed that way. We've only become tighter because of my second cancer. Just we're so close, we share everything.
Tessa's awesome amazing. That's her own created word that we all call, but she's just awesome amazing. Anyone that knows her knows that word and knows what it means and how she created it, and she's always been my hero from day one. I wish the world could just live a moment, live an hour of what we live or what our friends live, and just see that you need to have gratitude every single day.